Evening, everybody. It's Friday evening. It's our quizzy quiz for Quizzers Quiz. You're all very welcome. Get yourselves all settled in. We'll check that we're operating on both channels this evening. So we're definitely on Facebook Live. Hey, Margaret, let's check that we're on YouTube. Fandabadozy. We're on both. Hey, Claire, Rachel, Alex, Billy. Alex, how you keeping? How's everybody doing? Evening, Margaret. So we're on both channels for our quizzy quiz. For Quizzers Quiz. Big on the tasty nibbles. Absolutely. Hey, Claire, Pauline, Martin, Heather. You're all very, very welcome. So, what have we got in store this evening? Hey, Hannah, on our quizzy quiz, we've got, we did it before, we've got 3 famous dicks. We did famous dicks before, so we're doing famous dicks, but different dicks. Hey, look, welcome back. Where was I? Yeah, dicks. 3 famous fours, what's or who is missing. Hey Ollie, hey Patrick, Cora. 3 famous longest, 3 catchphrases backed by popular demand, my demand. 12 connections, a full course on, as we have on every Friday, tricky connections. 12 pictures, we've got some sculpture. Yeah, we can do sophisticated here. Car logos, less sophisticated. We've got a map with 3 countries, and we've got 3 authors. Yeah, that's your picture round. Then we'll finish with 3 Shakespeare quotes, back to we do sophisticated. 3 TV quotes, we do not sophisticated. 3 famous straights, and we finish with 3 famous years. Everything is absolutely famous. We don't do obscure. Hey Reese, we don't do obscure stuff here. And Jimmy, Vanessa, hey Sandra, hey Kieran. Rachel says she's left plenty of room after dinner for the anyway, without any further ado, the rules are dead simple, you mad lot. Hey Paddy, no cheating. Isabel, good afternoon. Hey Matthew, she's cutting good. No cheating, I said, and absolutely no answers on the feed. And if you're late for tuning in, or you don't understand me, which is possible, you should, Rachel. Evening, Adrian. And hello, Isabel from San Diego. Where was I? We do a recap at the end of each round. Okay, we're all good. And thanks to Alan, excuse me, for his graphics. Alex, specialist subject. You're mad. Do you know that? Okay, first round. You have been waiting. Your 3 famous dicks. Famous, every answer's worth a point. We've got 48 points available this evening, by the way, and at the end of each round, post your team names and your scores. And Sam, welcome Sam from Coleraine and gone international with Belfast. A full strength sandbaggers. Okay, your 3 famous dicks. Famous dick number 1. Captain Ahab and the whaling ship Pequod. Captain Ahab and the whaling ship Pequod is your famous dick number 1. Evening, Claire, Empire Strikes Back, you're very welcome. Hey, Ryan, Geraldine, Jerome. Famous, you got Captain Ahab and the Pequod is your famous dick number 1. Famous dick number 2. Tricky Dicky. Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon, on September 8, 1974, was pardoned by his successor. Who would that have been? So Tricky Dicky, your famous dick number 2, Richard Nixon, on September 8, 1974, was pardoned by his successor. Who would that have been? Is your famous dick number 2. And your final famous dick number 3, whose first incarnation was as Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson, April 1940. Dick Grayson is your famous dick number 3, whose first incarnation was as Dick Grayson, April 1940. So there you go. So there's your 3 famous dicks. Hello, Mark. Hey, Linda. Okay, 4, 5, and 6 are famous fours. You get 3. Who or what is missing? Okay, famous fours. Who or what is missing? Famous 4. Number 1. You get 3 Olympic swimming strokes. What's missing? I give you, jot these down, like all of the what's missing, jot them down. 3 of them I give you. What have I omitted to give you? Freestyle, backstroke, and breaststroke. So breaststroke, backstroke, and freestyle or crawl. What's missing from your famous 4 number 1? Hey, Andy, Vanessa, Elaine, Bob, you're all very welcome this Friday afternoon, the 20th of November. Hey, Paul, where has this year gone? Mad. That's where it's gone. Famous 4 number 2. What's missing? Big 4 Japanese motorcycle manufacturers. Yep, big 4. So jot these down. You get Honda, you get Suzuki, and you get Kawasaki. Kawasaki, Honda, and Suzuki. What's missing from your famous 4 number 2? Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki. Is your what's missing from your second famous 4? Hey, Andy, William, Freddie, Shearer in Hull. How you all doing, Andy? Keeping good? I hope. So Honda, Suzuki, and Kawasaki. What's missing from your famous 4 number 3? Voice, UK series, that is. UK series 1. Coaches, you get 3. Who have I omitted to give you from the UK Voice series 1 coaches? You get Will I Am, Jessie J, Tom Jones. Who's missing? You've got Tom Jones, Jessie J, and Will I Am. Who's missing? Will I Am, Jessie J, and Tom Jones. Who's missing from your famous 4 number 3? We're moving along swiftly, hopefully not too we had your famous dicks, we had your famous four, what or who is missing, and your next three, 7, 8 and 9. Hey Andrea, famous longest. Famous longest. Famous longest number 1. Commenced 1989. The longest running scripted primetime TV series ever is your famous longest number 1. Launched, commenced 1989. This is the longest running scripted primetime TV program ever. Is your famous longest number 1. Evening Andrea, evening Stephen. Longest running primetime scripted TV series started in 1989. What's that? Second longest. Second longest. Which country has the world's longest coastline? Tricky. Which country has the world's longest coastline? Is your famous longest number 2. So the country with the world's longest coastline is your famous longest number 2. Could be that. Could be that. But is it that? Is the country with the world's longest coastline? On your quiz for Quizzers quiz this Friday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. Thanks for tuning in. We do this every Friday, same place, your place, same time, this time. Saturday we have some quizzy stuff, but more entertainment-y, music-y, movie-y, laid-back-y, or party quiz is on a Saturday afternoon, evening. Same place, your place. Your famous longest number 3. The longest serving non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st centuries. To give you a hand, this reign was from 1976 until 2008. The longest serving ever, well, not ever, non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st century. The span was from 76 to 08. Is your third longest. Longest span is head of state, 76 until 2008. So we had the 1989 commencing, the longest primetime TV scripted series ever. Name this show. The country with the world's longest coastline is your longest number 2, and the longest serving non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st centuries, starting in 76 and ending in 08. Who would that have been? So we had your 3 famous dicks, we had your 3 what's missing from famous fours, and we'll recap at the end of the round, and we had your 3 longest, and we finished round 1 with 3 catchphrases. Yep, 3 catchphrases. Say what you see. So catchphrase number 1. Catchphrase number 1. Say what you see. Catchphrase number 1. Good luck. Say what you see. Catchphrase number 1. Catchphrase number 2. Say what you see. Good luck. Okay, look, catchphrase, basically, how can I describe it? You basically say what you see in catchphrases. So, can't think of explaining it any other way other than simply say what you see. Probably not very helpful, look. It'll be too late when you figure it out because you'll have got the answer, but maybe number 3. Say what you see, your catchphrase and final number 3. Catchphrase number 3. Say what you see. Thank you, Matthew. Everyday phrases presented in unique ways. Yeah, everyday phrases presented in a graphic way. Thank you, Matthew, for helping me out. So well-known everyday phrases that we use. And as Roy said, say what you see. Okay, let's do a recap on round 1, including say what you see. So, your round 1, your 3 famous dicks, Captain Ahab and the whaling ship Pequod, Tricky Dicky, Richard Nixon, September 8, 1974, was pardoned by his successor. Who? And whose first incarnation was as Dick Grayson, your famous Dick number 3, in April 1940. Famous 4s, what or who is missing? Olympic swimming strokes. I give you freestyle, backstroke and breaststroke. What did I not give you? Big 4, Japanese motorcycle manufacturers. I give you Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki. Which brand or manufacturer did I not give you? Voice, UK Series 1. I give you the coaches, will.i.am, Jessie J and Tom Jones, but I didn't give you him. Famous Longest, commenced 1989, the longest running scripted prime time TV series ever. Famous Longest number 2, which country in the world has the longest coastline and the longest serving non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st centuries, between 76 and ending in 2008. And look, your catchphrases, phrases that we use every day. Well, you know what I mean. Not literally every day, but we use them frequently. Well-known phrases, number 1. Number 2, well-known common speak phrases. Number 2, say what you see. Hopefully that helped. Look. And finally, your catchphrase, say what you see, number 3. Okay, guys, how did you get on? Well, only one way to find out. Feel confident. 12 points available in round 1. And after round 1, we'll do round 2. And round 2 is your connections. But let's get your answers, and please, on the feed, let me know either on YouTube or Facebook how well you're doing at the end of each round with your team name and where you're from. Okay, answers to round 1. Okay, so your famous Dick number 1, well, Captain Ahab and Pequod was Moby Dick. Gerald Ford succeeded and pardoned Tricky Dicky Richard Nixon, so Gerald Ford was the answer. Robin was Dick Grayson, April 1940, as in Batman. Well done, anybody who got Robin. Your missing swimming Olympic stroke was the Butterfly. Yamaha was the missing top 4 Japanese motorcycle manufacturers. Danny O'Donoghue, well done if you got Danny O'Donoghue, was your missing voice UK series number 1. The Simpsons, well done anybody who got the longest running primetime TV series ever, overtook Gunsmoke, the useless stuff you learn here. The country with the longest coastline, Canada. And Fidel Castro, the longest serving non-royal head of state in the 20th and 21st centuries. And your catchphrases, your son of a gun, your emergency stop, and your lie in wait. So out of 12, let me know how well you did. Fandabadozi. Round 2. Round 2 is your good scoring Danielle, good scoring Jerry, good scoring Pete, Tempire Strikes Back, Matthew and the Devengers, well done. So round 2 is your connections. A rather kind of obtuse kind of way to connect 3 words or phrases, so you figure out what connects from the 3 bits of, I was going to say random, there's nothing random about it. 3 bits of information and you figure out what connects. 12, a full course on your Friday evening quizzy quiz, your full course of connections. Look, you caught on quickly. Marty, catchphrases, yeah, not your thing, but connections are. Okay, what connects? Number 1. What connects Amazon, a number, and a North American interest rate term? So, North American interest rate term, a number, and Amazon is your what connects number 1. Amazon, a number, and a term used to describe a North American interest rate is your what connects number 1. Son of a gun was good. Yeah, thank you. You son of a gun, you, Vincent. So Amazon, a number, and a fiscal term used to describe a North American interest rate is your what connects number 1. Good scoring Andrew and the Mac Jacks. Good scoring Team Deb. Tricky enough First round. Quizzy. It is quizzy. We're stretching you every week into the finest, leanest, fittest quizzers known to me. What connects number 2? What connects England's highest mountain? England's highest mountain. A diving position. And the movie Gone Girl. Is your what connects number 2? Gone Girl? England's highest mountain? And a diving position. Is your what connects number 2? Alex, behave. You and that flipping Cobra Libra in that house, behave. But there could be. There could be. My finance knowledge is coming in handy tonight. I knew there was a reason, look. There had to be. I was just waiting for the moment. 35 years in the making, and there it was in your What Connects number 1. Anyway, back to the business in hand. England's highest peak, a diving position, and a Gone Girl. What connects number 2? Oh, I like this. What connects number 3? What connects 25 Billboard country chart number 1s? Yep, 25 Billboard country chart number 1s. The first cloned mammal. And a 1964 musical. What connects number 3? Of course you did, Alex. What connects number 3? A 1964 musical? Tricky. First cloned mammal? Less so. 25 Billboard country number 1 hits. Is your what connects number 3? Of course you did, Alex. I believe you. Somebody has to. Okay, 25 Billboard country number 1 hits. The first cloned mammal. And a 1964 musical is your what connects number 3. Okay, pace okay. I've been criticised for rattling through the old connections too quickly, so just going to relax and give you time to confer with your nearest and dearest. The McCunes are on fire tonight. The old rum and coke kicking in. Anyway, okay, for connection number 4. Connection number 4. What connects a mythical beast in European mythology? A mythical beast in European mythology. The third oldest US higher education institution. The third oldest US higher education. And the world's oldest lock as in door, manufacturer. What connects number 4? The world's oldest lock manufacturer, the third oldest US higher education institution, and this European mythical creature is your what connects number 4. Tricky. Is there any million pointers in here? There could well be. There could well be. Connection 5. What connects? What connects an urban subdivision? An urban subdivision with a coin, with a McDonald's hamburger. Huh? What connects a McDonald's hamburger with a coin, with a urban subdivision? Now there you go. What connects? Number 5. McDonald's hamburger, coin, urban subdivision. What connects? Number 5. Good scoring Pugwash in round 1, 11 out of 12, and good scoring the Sandbaggers. Adrian, thank you very much. Specsavers, you should go there, but thank you. And say hello to the Mulligans. Hello, Mulligans. Hope you're scoring well, Mulligans, says Adrian. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Luke. Connection number 6. What connects? One of the 4 lovers in A Midsummer's Night's Dream. Let's see, we do class culture here. One of the 4 lovers in A Midsummer's Night's Dream. The King's Speech and The Crown, as in the movie and the Netflix show. With Montana. Is your what connects number 6? Montana, as in the US state, the King's Speech, as in the movie, with The Crown, the Netflix show, with one of the 4 lovers in Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night's Dream. Is your connection number 6? Montana. Clue number 1. Clue number 2, the King's Speech, big screen. The Crown, small screen. Put those 2 together. With one of the 4 lovers in Midsummer's Night's Dream. Is your what connects? Number 6. Okay. What connects number 7? What connects a colour with iron oxide with the show True Detective? True Detective, a colour, iron oxide. What connects? Number 7. Iron oxide, a colour, and True Detective. Is your what connects? Number 7. And it's good when I see the words coming up on the screen, they actually mirror what I'm saying. That's impressive. Iron oxide, a colour, True Detective. After connection number 7, I'll do number 8. What connects a structure for living? A structure for living. Hugh Laurie, as in the actor Hugh Laurie, with electronic dance music, electronic dance music, Hugh Laurie, and a structure for living is your connection number 8. Okay, so far, they're tricky enough connections, aren't they? They're time consuming, but worth it. Hopefully. Connection 9. What connects Iliad and the Odyssey? Iliad and the Odyssey, The Simpsons, and a racing pigeon is your what connects number 8. Racing pigeon, Iliad and the Odyssey, and The Simpsons is your what connects number 8. When are you launching your quiz theme tune? Kieran, when I get the website sorted, would be a good time. Stay tuned. Evening now. We're in the home straight, the final turn. Your final 3 connections this evening. What connects a noisy bird, an American comedian and talk show host, with the Great Gatsby? What connects number 9? The Great Gatsby, a noisy bird, with an American comedian and talk show host. Is your what connects number 9? Ten even. Evening, Paul. Yep, 8 months, 8 and a bit months on. Who would have thought that we'd still be talking about this nonsense? I'm talking about the quiz, by the way. So, 2 connections left, and then we'll do a recap on the full course of connections on your Friday evening quiz. What connects a 2020 news headline name? 2020, this year, news headline name. The Wall, capital W. And an undefeated American boxer. What connects an undefeated American boxer with The Wall, capital W, and a 2020 news headline name? Is your what connects number 11? Hey, Bernadette from Dublin, you're very welcome. And your final connection in round 2 of our quiz for quizzers. What connects the murders even, a 6-time Super Bowl champion and 4-time Super Bowl most valuable player, MVP, with an American sitcom that ran from 1969 to 1974 about a large blended family with 6 kids. Now there's a flippin' mouthful. I'll slow down and dismantle your final connection. What connects an American sitcom that ran from 69 to 74 about a large blended family with 6 kids with a 6-time Super Bowl champion? Also, he was a 4-time Super Bowl MVP with the murders. Flip. Me too, Kieran. Okay. Before we go into round 3 and our pictures, we've got some sculptures, a bit of culture, some car logos, lack of culture, a map. I love doing maps, as you know, a wee bit of a geographer. And what else was there? Oh, authors. So pictures are coming up next. But before that, let's recap on your connections round 2 connections. Where are you? Round 2 connections. Here you are. Here you are. So 12 points. Let's go through them one by one. No rushing here. We're not going anywhere. Okay, round 2. More true crime question, please. Thanks, Anna. So, what connects Amazon with a number and a North American interest rate term that I've been waiting 35 years to use? England's highest peak with a diving position with Gone Girl. 25 Billboard country chart number ones with a first cloned mammal with a 1964 musical. A mythical beast in European mythology with the third oldest US higher education institution with the world's oldest lock manufacturer. What connects an urban subdivision with a coin with a McDonald's hamburger? What connects one of the 4 lovers in A Midsummer Night's Dream with the King's Speech and the Crown with the state of Montana? What connects your True Detective with iron oxide and a colour? What connects a structure for living with Hugh Laurie and an electronic dance music thingy majigger? What connects Iliad and the Odyssey, The Simpsons and a racing pigeon? What connects your noisy bird with your American comedian and talk show host with The Great Gatsby? And what connects a 2020 news headline name with The Wall and an undefeated American boxer? And finally, the Murderers with a 6-time Super Bowl champion and 4-time Super Bowl MVP with an American sitcom that ran from 69 to 74 surrounding a large blended family with 6 kids. So, your connections, your obtuse, tricky, hopefully interesting connections that you can debate and argue and enjoy, hopefully. So your answers to your connections, 12 points available in this round, 12 points available, in fact, in every round. Your answers to your connections are thus, or this. So, 35 years in the making, your prime rate, their equivalent of base rate, their in North American equivalent of what we use, prime as in number, as in Amazon Prime, pike as in Rosamond, Gone Girl as in Scafell, as in your diving position, hello Dolly, Dolly Parton, and Dolly your sheep. Yale as in lock, as in Ivy League, as in the mythical beast in European mythology. I was struggling to find a third Yale, but dug that one out from somewhere, nowhere. Your quarter, your coin, your McDonald's quarter pounder, and your urban subdivision, as in Spanish Quarter or whatever quarter you want to use. Helena Bonham Carter, as in The Crown, as in The King's Speech, capital of Montana, Helena, and the one of the 4 lovers in Midsummer Night's Dream. Your house music, your house, Princeton Hospital College thingy, Hugh Laurie, as in where one lives. Your Homer Simpson, your Homer Iliad and the Odyssey, and your Homer as in racing pigeon. J Leno, J Gatsby, J as in noisy bird. Floyd, as in George Floyd, as in Pink Floyd, as in Floyd Mayweather. Brady, as in the Brady Bunch, as in Ian Brady, as in Tom Brady of the NFL. So, thus far, you could have scored a maximum, I believe, of 24. So post your team names and your scores out of 24 on your 20th of November. Well done, Sandra. Shamrock Solitude, Pugwash, 22 and 23 respectively. Well done, the Mac Jacks. Well done, Carnegie Collective. Did better with the connections. Well done, Eileen. And the Home Aloners. Rum and Coke. So, round 3. We've got 12 images. We will start with 3. Well done, Diane. And well done, Margaret in Portstewart. Where was I? Yeah. Images. You're going to get 3 bits of art, sculpture. I want to know who's responsible. So, a bit of culture for your first 3. Who's responsible for these in this order? Good luck. Number 1. The artist, please. So the artists for the first 3. Must admit you're scoring very well in what is a challenging quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. You're doing extremely well. Artist number 2. Who's responsible? Good scoring, sandbaggers as well. And your final artist. Who's responsible? Number 3. And my most international of teams or friends from Dublin, Longford, Roma, Washington DC. Wow. Flying high, maxing out, on fire this evening. An international team to be admired. Well done, the Thunderbroads. 3 car logos. So we did our 3 artists. We now move into petrolhead territory. Car logos. The brand, please. Number 1. Automobile manufacturer, brand, number 2. Good luck. And your final car brand, manufacturer, number 3, or caption 6. Okay, your next three, you're going to get a map. You're going to get a map of South America. There are 1, 2, 3 countries to be identified from this map. For 7, 8, and 9, your South American countries. One is really tricky. 2, look, I'll just share it with you. 3 South American countries for 7, 8, and 9. Okay, and your final three, and we'll do a quick recap. Don't worry, we finished with 3 authors on your Quizzy quiz on a Friday. More quizzy than tomorrow, but you're doing well. You're doing extremely well. 3 authors. Number 1. Author number 2. Who's this? And finally, who's this is your final author and your final caption of 12. Who's this? Okay, let's do a quick fly through. We started with your 3 bits of art, so I was looking for the respective artists, 1 through 3. 2. And 3. Your 3 car manufacturers, the brands, 4, 5, and 6. Your 3 South American countries, 7, 8, and 9. And then we finished with your 3 authors. Okay, guys, so let's see how we all did. 12 points available, as in every round. A couple of tricky ones in there. Artists, hopefully okay with the cars. Map, definitely South America. A couple of countries were tricky, and your authors. But anyway, let me not prejudge you, smart bunch. Here's your answers to your picture round. So we had Michelangelo was your artist number 1 with Pieta. The Thinker by Rodin. Guitar, Picasso. Opel, as in German car manufacturer, Alfa Romeo. And Aston Martin. Well done if you got Venezuela. Amazingly well done if you got Guyana. And well done if you got Paraguay. Tricky countries. And well done if you got Hemingway, Twain, and Roald Dahl. So out of 36, let me know how well you're doing with your team name and your scores. And as always, I thank you for tuning in and encouraging me. And tomorrow evening, as I said, we'll do our party quiz, which is a little bit more laid back, and some music. I'll have news next week on our website and where I would love to take this. Yeah. Okay, so your final round. So keep posting your team names and your scores. Well done, Tempire Strikes Back. Well done, the Kunzis. Well done, the Legs. Comfortably done. Awesome scoring. Great scoring, 5 o'clock. Great scoring, Lockdown. Eurowalls doing great. Well done, the Limavady Lockdowners. Anybody new tuning in, you're especially welcome. Shamrock, as always. Carnegie Collective, well done. Houston, no problem, scoring well. But it doesn't really matter. It's just an opportunity to engage with your friends and family and listen to nonsense and forget about nonsense. Great scoring, Team Dev. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, your final round. Your final round. Thanks, Jerry. A labour of love. Sure, look at the money I'm making. Okay, your final round. We're cultural. We're very culturally tonight, aren't we? Elizabeth, thank you. We're very culturally this evening. Yeah. We can shift the emphasis. We can move from petrol heads to a bit more culturally this evening. Okay, we're going to start with 3 Shakespearean quotes. Well, you're going to get a graphic, so that will help you. So you're going to get 3 Shakespearean quotes. You're going to get the initials of the quote, which is what I'm after. And to give you a hand, if it does help, you get the work that the quote is from. So, Shakespearean quote number 1. Good luck. So, famous Shakespeare. Rachel. Flip me, you and that rum and coke and running up the stairs at 10. So from Julius Caesar, famous Shakespearean quote, B-T-I-O-M. Good scoring Kaisers, good scoring Fantastic. And we'll hurry it along, guys, because Rachel's got her bed to go to. So B-T-I-O-M is your famous Shakespearean quote from Julius Caesar. Great scoring, Edwina Finsfuls. So, from Julius Caesar, your quote number 1, initials of this quote, B-T-I-O-M. Famous Shakespearean quote number 2 from Richard III. The initials of the quote, N-I-T-W-O-O-D. N-I-T-W-O-O-D from Richard III is your Shakespearean quote number 2. You McKeowns are mad, but it helps. So, Shakespearean quote number 2 from Richard III, N-I-T-W-O-O-D. In your Shakespearean quote section of our culture section of our Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers Quiz section. And your famous Shakespearean quote number 3. From Hamlet, TLD, PTM, M is your famous Shakespearean quote from Hamlet number 3. Great scoring, Pugwash, Sandbaggers, fantastic scoring this evening. TLD, PTM, M is your famous Shakespearean quote number 3 from Hamlet. Okay, 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6, no graphics, but these are, instead of Shakespeare, these are TV quotes. So you get a quote, and you get the era that the show or program ran for. And you have to identify the program from the quote and the era. So, start off with something relatively straightforward. Beam me up, Scotty. 1966 to 1969. Your TV show from quote number one. Beam me up, Scotty. 66 to 69. Your TV show from quote number one. Beam me up, Scotty. A rather trickier one, and a bit of self-indulgence. Yep. Let's be careful out there. TV show number two, 1981 to 1987. Let's be careful out there. Tricky. 81 to 87. And for me, definitely a bit of self-indulgence. 81 to 87. Let's be careful out there. And your TV show from quote number three, another out there. The truth is out there. The truth is out there. TV show number three, it ran from 1993 until 2002. The truth is out there is your Identify TV show from quote number three. The truth is out there. 93 until 2002. Evening, Michelle. Evening, Hordy. Which show did you love? 1, 2, 3? Claire, which one? You're not old enough to like 1 or 2. Are you? The truth is out there, 93 until 2002. 7, 8 and 9. 7, 8 and 9. Or 3, 2. Really, Claire? It's my bestest, favouriteest TV show ever. Famous straights. 3 famous straights from the description. Famous straight number 1 separates the Iberian Peninsula with Morocco. Is your famous straight number 1 separating the Iberian Peninsula from Morocco? Is your famous straight number 1? Okay. Famous strait number 2 separates Russia and the United States. Is your famous strait number 2 separates Russia from the United States? Russia and the US is your famous strait that separates those two, number 2. And your final strait, a tricky strait, because you're smart. This strait, famous nonetheless, separates the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Your famous strait number 2 that separates the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman is your famous yet tricky strait number 3. Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman. And we're in the home straight now. Your final 3. Your final 3. 3 years. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of information. No tunes, because they'll only cut me off until we get the website going. But 4 bits of information and you figure out the year. Years are tricky because you can be dead close and get nothing. So you have to be on the money. 1 point each. Year number 1. Year number 1. Beach volleyball debuts at the Olympic Games. Beach volleyball debuts at the Olympics. The Prince and Princess of Wales divorce. Prince and Princess of Wales divorce. Kabul falls to the Taliban. And Bill Clinton is elected for his second term. Is your famous year number 1? Bill Clinton elected second term. Kabul falls to the Taliban. The Prince and Princess of Wales divorce. And most importantly, beach volleyball debuts at the Summer Olympics. Is your famous year number 1? Okay. Live. 9 minutes after 10. We've slowed down a bit, so we run a few minutes over the hour and keep Rachel up. Famous year number 2. Terry Waite is taken hostage in Lebanon. Terry Waite, hostage, Lebanon. The Herald of Free Enterprise capsizes. The Herald of Free Enterprise capsizes. Lester Piggott is jailed for tax evasion. And Coventry City win the FA Cup. Is your famous year number 2? Coventry City win the FA Cup. Lester Piggott is imprisoned for tax evasion. The Herald of Free Enterprise capsizes. And Terry Waite is taken hostage in Beirut. Is your famous year number 2? And finally, your final question in tonight's Quizzy Quiz for Quizzers Quiz, your final year. Thank you for tuning in. Keep posting your team names and your scores even after I'm gone. Thank you for tuning in live. Lots of people watch playback, which is fine by me. Stay tuned, and tomorrow evening, if you fancy it, if you fancy a bit of quizzy stuff with a more entertainment-y, tuney emphasis, you're very welcome. Keep liking and sharing, guys. And your final connection. Final year. Final year number 3. North Vietnam mounts the Tet Offensive. Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, who appeared in my On This Day today, were assassinated. Russia sends tanks into Czechoslovakia, and Apollo 8 orbits the moon. Is your final year number 3? Apollo 8 orbiting the moon. Russia sends tanks into Prague and Czechoslovakia. Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy are both assassinated, and North Vietnam mounts the Tet Offensive. Is your final year number 3? Tet Offensive. Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, assassination. Apollo 8 orbiting the moon, and Russia sending tanks into Czechoslovakia. Okay, so we had your 3 Shakespearean quotes. Quote number 1, BTIOM from Julius Caesar. NITWOOD from Richard III. TLD PTN, M. 3 Shakespearean quotes. I know, Matthew, sometimes They just don't sit, and it's hard. It's hard for me just to get it pitched right all the time. Sometimes it's too easy, sometimes it's too hard. But anyway, that's my job. Appreciate the feedback, and sorry you found it just not suiting you this evening. So we had your 3 Shakespearean quotes, famous TV quotes. The show, Beam Me Up Scotty. The show ran from 66 to 69. Let's Be Careful Out There ran from 81 to 87. And The Truth Is Out There ran from 93 to 2002. Your famous straits, Iberian Peninsula and Morocco. Russia and the US. Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Your years, beach volleyball debuts at the Olympics, the Prince and Princess of Wales divorce, Kabul falls to the Taliban, Bill Clinton is elected for his second term, Terry Waite taken hostage in Lebanon, Herald of Free Enterprise capsizes, Lester Piggott jailed for tax evasion, Coventry City win the FA Cup. Thank you, Matthew. Because there is a lot of thought goes into this. I just don't doing it long enough. But anyway, I appreciate that. North Vietnam mounts the Tet Offensive. Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy assassinated. Russia sends tanks into Czechoslovakia, and Apollo 8 orbits the moon. Your 3 years. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Your answers to your final round, and keep posting your scores. So, beware the Ides of March was your Shakespearean quote number 1 from Julius Caesar. Now is the winter of our discontent, and the lady doth protest too much, methinks. Famous TV quotes. Did you get Beam Me Up, Scotty? Of course you did. Star Trek. Did you get Let's Be Careful Out There? Well, certainly somebody did. The wonderful Hill Street Blues. X-Files, The Truth Is Out There. Iberian Peninsula in Morocco is the Strait of Gibraltar. The Bering Strait separates Russia and the United States. Did you get the Strait of Hormuz? Tricky strait. A dire strait. Stop it, Vincent. And your 3 years. Beach volleyball, Prince and Princess, Kabul, Taliban, Bill Clinton, 1996. 1987, Coventry, the FA Cup, Lester Piggott, the Herald of Free Enterprise, and Terry Waite. And finally, the Tet Offensive, Apollo 8 orbiting the moon, the assassination of Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy, and Russia into Czechoslovakia. Well done, anybody who got 1968. It was a challenging, testing, quizzy quiz for quizzers quiz. Well done. I've kept you long enough, especially Rachel. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free, because it is free, to subscribe to YouTube and like and share and support this project. And I'll keep you posted on all things interactive on our website. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Well, you'll see me. Have a great weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after one another in these strangest of times. Take care. Be safe. Adios. Bye, everyone. God bless.